share the live, so I went to go share it. And when I came in, it just closed itself out. Like, all right, we're done. Okay, whatever. You know what I'm saying? So let's get back to what I was talking about. Look, these people know that you're not going to let it go. They went through the NARC handbook and they're like, okay, listen, I did a whole lot. Oh, yeah, shout out to my new subscribers, my old school subscribers, and my TikTok family. Wasn't for you guys, this wouldn't be possible. You know, shout out to my replay gang. Shout out to my overseas gang. Shout out to my unsubscribed gang. Shout out to my members. Video coming today. That other video is just a bonus video, y'all. You know what I'm saying? I need to put that information out anyway because I want those X's and because I TikTok reveals a lot. TikTok has showed me I have X's watching me from way back, from way over 10 years ago. I'm just because TikTok will show you all you have to do is the recommended people. You think it's like just no. Why would they recommend someone that you haven't talked to in like almost 15 years? They're not in your contacts. No one's in my contacts. I got a brand new phone, so I could be in my contacts. Nope. And they're not on my Facebook for what I know, unless it's a hidden account. So where do they get the recommended from? They're watching you. And look at who the recommendeds are. It was a bunch of exes and a bunch of dudes. I don't know what these dudes are, you know what I'm saying, watching me, you know what I'm saying, dudes from Facebook and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying, coming over and watching. So there's ways for you to find out who's watching you, right? It's not hard to find out. And these people, they're watching and stalking because you have firm boundaries. They've never met someone like that. And, you know, they don't want to admit it, but they really want to be back in your energy. They miss your energy and they never loved you or cared for you like they're supposed to. Otherwise, you wouldn't have cut them off. But they miss that energy, and they don't want to admit it. They're never going to admit it that your energy was great. Your energy kept them going. So what they do, they'll come over on their fake account, chill out with you, talk to you. But every now and again, if it's one of them, like that one time, that one person asked me, "Do I still love her?" Why would you ask me that? Hell no. Ain't everything that I'm showing you as a man, I'm moving forward. Why would you ask me that crazy ass shit? That don't even make no sense. You know what I'm saying? It had nothing to do with what I was going along with. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm just like really just trying to let them be them. I know what they're doing. I know it could be them being, they're weird. You know what I'm saying? They're completely weirdos. And what I do is I let them, because some of these people I know that they're like, crazy stalkers or crazy exes or crazy YouTubers or TikTokers, trying to have an open dialogue with me because they know that they can't speak to me directly because I cut them off, right? They know that I'll go off on them. So they go through all these different measures to just be able to have a conversation, shoot the shit, and also be able to collect information. They're weirdos, man. They're weirdos, but they're weirdo fans. And I don't like to shame my fans anymore. You know what I'm saying? But I don't want any of the fans thinking that they're anything more than a fan. If you're Crazy X, you're a fan. Nothing I can do for you. I got this thing right now where I found it to be really weird. Let me do this properly. We'll do a little panoramic right now. Appreciate you guys joining me. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button. That'd be great. Um, we will have the extended over on Patreon. Just getting things rolling on YouTube over here. I don't like how people keep talking in the spiritual community or the prophetic word community, just nowadays in general, like accepting cheating. I want us to go back to when cheating was a thing that we would cut people off for. It's being like when people speak about cheating, they'll say things in the spiritual community when they're tarot card readers, like they'll make you all PG and they'll be like, yeah, they took another person's offer. You mean took another person's royal rod? You mean like let's stop cleaning it up because what they were doing was not clean. It was real filthy. It was nasty. They probably didn't wash their butts because it's two narcs going at it. And if somebody didn't tell the narc to wash their butt, they're not washing their butts. right? So it's filthy, nasty, carnal pleasure. So do not make it seem like they're accepting other offers. They're possibly you're putting a third party. Stop dumbing it down. It was you giving what you had and a dirt bag putting you in a situation where your health could have been put in jeopardy, having a good old time with God knows who, Tom, Dick, and Harry, right? We're not going to stop like sliding past that like that don't mean nothing. Like you go right into the emotional, well, and it's third party and stop. The cheating is enough for me. Stop on the cheating. Cheating on me is the dumbest thing you could do in your life. But to do it and then think you got something over on me and you're continuously doing it and your whole family trying to get money out of me and you're giving money to everybody else while you're trying to get me, you're just doing way, way too much. And you know what I'm saying? You're gonna burn for all that stuff that you did because you know what I'm saying. I'm telling you right now, when you do people wrong like that, you ain't even gotta be chosen. When you're a witch like that or a dude like that, I'm telling you, you're gonna get it. I not in the sense of like karma and I'm putting it on you. I'm telling you the energy. Listen, you gotta understand this. The energy you put out in the universe, you will get it back. If you're a sneaky person trying to steal information from somebody to help your business won't go nowhere. If you're the kind of person that screws over good people that cared about you, feeling like you got over because they didn't get over on you first, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it. Okay? I understand this. That's why I never retaliated against anyone. I did not want to get any of that energy back. And as powerful as I am, that would have hit me hard. Nah, man, I'm gonna keep it light. I'm gonna keep it positive. But they miss your energy and they know you're a man or a woman of your word. And you told them to kick rocks in a busy road and they know you meant it. So from now on, they got to do fake profiles. And if they really want to get bold, they'll try to interact with you through the fake profile, knowing that you got to interact because you're on social media. But it still doesn't make any difference because you don't trust anybody. So it's like, yeah, I'll interact with you, but what does that mean? It don't mean nothing. If you were to ever say, hey, it's me, I'd be like, block, block. So it doesn't, you know what I'm saying? It don't mean anything. That could be your opinion. That's your opinion. That's your perspective. And you're allowed to have it. You know what I'm saying? Ooh, she was checking me. Oh yeah, yes ma'am. Boy, she drove by. She was like, ooh, yeah, baby, I seen you. Ooh, whoa, I don't know who was driving. Your man was driving. Oh my goodness, man. She was like, yeah, baby. She was like, God is so good. God is so good. You know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying? No, no, no. No, you got a right to do so. You know what I mean? I don't want to run you guys off. You guys are all allowed to have your perspective, right? There's a lot of people that feel like uh I hear a lot of like readers and stuff say that you're doing too much for others, and that's y'all's perspective, and I never I don't ooh, what's on there. Your perspective is important to you, and you're allowed to have one, and you should voice it or whatever. And I don't like saying anything to you guys anymore, like, oh, I don't care what you guys think. And I'm not gonna come at you like that. I'm not gonna come at you like that at all. She was all right looking. You know what I'm saying? I don't come at you like that at all. I just take mental note. You know what I'm saying? I take mental note, like I was saying earlier, right? And I just keep it trucking. It's not no big deal. You know what I mean? Because I've had the readers say stuff like that, like you were what did they say a lot? You were a crowd pleaser or you were a people pleaser. Yeah, you're a people pleaser and you've learned not to people please anymore. And you know what I've learned, especially this younger generation, anyone 35 and under, they got a lot of words for other people and what they perceive and observe. I mean, they will say stuff that will cut people or whatever. These kids, man, I don't call y'all kids. The younger generation, they don't know how to talk. They just don't know how to talk. And they say things that they know if it was said to them would offend them, but they'll run their mouth. I don't know whether they're doing it to sound older or to sound raw, but they don't understand what raw and rude is, right? They're rude is I don't know what. but they think it's being raw. And I'm giving it to you straight. No, you sound young and dumb. You sound like, and I'm not talking about you, Fendi. You sound young and dumb. You sound like you have no sense. You know what I'm saying? Because I was watching this earlier, and this is why I wanted to bring this up. Let me tell you something. I'm a reader now, right? I'm doing it officially. If you're a Leo reader, I'm telling you right now, if you're a Leo reader and you're reading for Leos and you're insulting Leos and you're running your mouth like you know what you're talking about, whatever your goofy name is, 6'9", Leo reader, you need to shut up and sit down. Don't talk to Leos like that. Leos, don't be talked to like that. Don't let somebody tell you all this mammy stuff. We don't want to hear all this mammy stuff. You understand? We don't need a mammy. Do you understand? We're taking care of ourselves. We got this. I had to address this. This goofball popped up my feed, and she's on here talking about, I know you don't want to hear this, but well, then I ain't going to listen to it. First of all. Secondly, who are you talking to? We're adults. Sit your goofy ass down somewhere. You look like you could go and get a meal or two or something, get something to eat. You look malnutrition and you're trying to tell someone what they need to be doing. Hey, listen, lady, don't talk to Leos like that. We don't want to hear it. We don't want to hear it. Do you not know we're Leos? We're not going to listen to you anyway. But if you want to run your mouth and act like you know what's best for a Leo, I don't even know if you're a Leo. Don't you ever talk to Leos like that again. You know what I'm saying? I'm King Leo over here. You ain't doing nothing better than me with your goofy looking self. Do you have a man? Nah, you ain't got one. I don't even think you got kids. Sit your goofy ass down somewhere. Don't you ever talk to Leos like that. Don't you ever talk to the sun like that, man. Nah, we ain't hearing that. Not no Leo. I don't know what y'all don't. Man, y'all don't forgot who y'all talking to, man. Y'all readers gonna get it together, get lost. Get your busted ass, sit your goofy looking, funny looking self down somewhere. Ain't nobody worried about listening to you. Ain't nobody even looking at you. You ain't getting no men. Why ain't anybody listening to you in the first place? Sit down, woman. Sit down. Don't be coming at Leos like that no more. Those are my people, man. And you obviously don't know Leo. You don't know Leo. Sit your goofy self down somewhere. Who you talking to? Coming at somebody talking any kind of way, reckless, like you got to talk rough to a Leo to get across to us. Nah, you got it backwards. You come talking rough to a Leo, you get paid. No, never mind. And we're going to come at you. And we're going to come at you. You don't know what you talking about, reader. Sit your goofy self down somewhere. Probably watching my stuff with your goofy self. Got around the same amount of followers, so sit down, girl. I don't hear that shit no more. You know what I'm saying? Part of the people that like to watch. Though it's the younger generations watching and being rude about it, right? They don't know how to say what they need to say tactfully. So I guess they go off the movies they watch or whatever. And the movies they watch and the TV they watch is rude. And they don't know they're being rude. Then they'll be like, well, I'm just being raw. And you're not raw. You're rude. You sound like you have not been raised properly. You're an embarrassment to your parents. That's what you are. You're an embarrassment to the schools you went to. That's what you are. You're an embarrassment to your teachers that you flunked out of the grades for. That's what you are. How about you speak to people like you'd want to be spoken to? You younger generation getting online and talking like mammies, and you're not even old enough to know how to wipe your butts right. What are you doing? What are you doing? Who are you for? Are y'all talking to yourselves? Is that how y'all like to be talked to, 35 and under? You like to be talked to like somebody's your daddy or your mammy and get on here and be like, you better start doing this. And I tell you what, y'all better stop. Shut your goofy self up. Who are you telling to do what, when, where, and how? You ain't paying nobody's bills. Shut up. Man. They be on here talking reckless, man. Popping up my feed talking reckless reviews. You gonna talk reckless reviews? Well, I'm gonna start talking reckless to y'all reviews. Calling out you by name, man. When I start getting your goofy names right, because you be a bunch of stupid stuff, blah she 6'9", stupid stuff like that, right? Goofy, getting online, running your mouth like you're somebody's mammy, looking like you're about 50 pounds soaking wet, looking like you could go for a good sandwich. You know what I'm saying? What's wrong with you? Who are you telling anything to? Who are you telling anything to? Ain't nobody listening to you. You better get healthy first. Sit down somewhere, woman. Talking to Leos like that. You gotta change your doggone title and call it Blasha 6'9" the mammy or something like that, and take that Leo thing off of that. Ain't no Leo tarot reader, man. You don't talk to Leos like that. Huh. Not my Leos. No. No. Mm-mm. Sit down. Sit down, Goofy. Sit down. You know what I mean? Let's get back to business. I had to put it out there. Listen, y'all, look, I told you what this is. From now on, this is just my promotional tool for my Patreon, where I'll really go in on that goofy Leo reader. Let me on here talk. Let me stop. Get down to Patreon. Listen, these people will go as far as, like I was saying, to interact with you from a fake profile, acting like another person, just to get in your energy. So I might come off guard to you guys sometimes until I can see you guys on Facebook or another platform. But part of that subject is still, you have people that are so obsessed with you, but yet they hate you so much. It's really so much as not wanting to give you your props and say that they were wrong to you. They'll do it to other people that they don't even know, but they dislike you because you've always had it to where God works things out for you, and they can't stand, the divinity on you and your anointing, and they're just like, I want to see this person burn. That's why your exes do the crazy things they do during breakups. Like, why can't we break up with each other? Why can't people break up with each other in a sense of, hey, look, I just don't think it's working, and then the other person be like, real shit, I don't think it's working either. Oh, really? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's about time to let it go. You know what I mean? I'm saying we can be friends or whatever. But I get but see, these people aren't normal. They're not trying to let it go like that. They're not trying to let you, they really want to see you crash and burn. They legit, they don't want me to say this. They legit set up things so that you're constantly in a state of struggle. They plan this out so that you could be in a bad place, not only so they can get out of it and be have a sob story to tell people, like, oh, he was this and that, and he was so bad. Look at him, he's in the ditch. He needed me. You know what I'm saying? I had to leave him, but what I'm saying, PTSD, and he was going crazy. What you told my dad? He's going crazy, and meanwhile, back at the ranch, she's over here, hooking up with whoever she can. And people believe that crap, right? They believed it. You want to know why they believed it? Because they didn't want to believe in me in the first place. They didn't like me in the first place. They definitely didn't like her being with me. They're like, you goofy, that's a good dude. They helped her mess it up. Help her mess it up. You know what I'm saying? To do all that for what? To go rumble around in the hay with whoever she was doing it for, to turn right back around and be stalking me to this day. To this day. What was all that for? If you're going to circle the wagon and end up all the way back where you started, why did you do all that in the first place? You just like to see things burn. These people are not right in the head. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all. So the reason why they don't reach back out to you, they've done so much stuff. There's stuff you don't even know that they've done. And they know that there's no way for them to come back across that bridge that's been burnt, you know what I'm saying, to the ground, incinerated. They know there's no way back. And if they do come back, the words you might have for them, how what you say stings people. And they know too. And they know the words you say to them will stick to them for the rest of their lives. And they're too cowardly to deal with that. So they would rather just take the easy way out, which is just the run. But the running, the problem is, you're not the kind of person you can run away from. You're everywhere. Every time this person runs, you pop up in a feed on some social media platform. You know what I'm saying? Something's reminding this goofball goober of you through a song, or, through something that they recognize, that you guys pass by, or they'll see a black Ford Raptor or something and they'll know, right? But see, here's the thing, when you do people wrong like that and run away, that's how you get paid back, man. Anything else that happens to you, just happens to you. But I've done it before where I've just left people when I was way younger, and I've seen them people rising and doing great, and I wish I would have ended it better so that I could at least speak to them. But I learned from my mistakes. I know what they're going through. I did that in my early 20s. I know better. If you're in your 30s and up and you're still doing that, you're a child-minded person who hasn't grown up yet. You got a lot of growing to do. And part of that growing is having to see somebody that you needlessly dogged out for no good reason, just because you know that person's great. See, this is how you have to be really careful. And I learned my lesson, because when God anoints you, people start hating you. They start hating you. And you don't know the levels of hate they'll have for you until you end up with a narcissist who legit uses their hate for you to try to find ways to destroy you while living right underneath you. You have your biggest hater living right underneath you, and you have no idea. Sun comes out as I say this. You have your biggest hater living right underneath your nose, laying right next to you, trying to be intimate with you and really drain the soul out of you, and you don't even know it. That's why some people consider these people to be super dangerous. But once you encounter one and you get away, you'll never be fooled by another one again, ever. You know what I'm saying? So these people not never being done like this before, someone cutting them off, because narcs, they hoover, they give you a period of time where they're not around you, and there were other people doing all this stuff and trying to give you a little bit of time to fester, um, be heartbroken because you like, how could this person just move on to other people? Because they had him the whole time, dummy. They had him the whole time. Yeah, hey, we got trolls. We got trolls right on time. I love you guys. Anytime I start doubting myself, which I never do, but anytime I start doubting to think if the people love me or not, I have trolls show up, and I'm like, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm that dude. I got 2,700 followers, but I have a troll pop up, at least one every live. I'm that dude. Jackson, you doing a survey, Jackson? Jackson, I vote for your mother. And here's a couple reasons why. Please don't go nowhere before I get this out. Your mother, you know what I'm saying? And that's all I'm going to say on that. You know what I'm saying? Keeping it trucking. You know what I mean? These people have no soul, have no life, and they're completely codependent. And their codependency will result in weirdo stuff like, just finding weird ways to be in your energy and then validate it with a little bit of kikiing on the end, as if you don't know what it really is. Anyone that needs to troll me, anyone that needs to watch my content under a fake profile and interact with me as if you're one of my subscribers, you are obsessed with me and my energy. You can do whatever you want. You can troll and play it off. You can be a follower and say crazy things in the comments. You're only showing, I'm telling you, watch the readers. You're only showing everybody how obsessed you are with me. That's all you're doing. That's all you're doing. And this is not just my ex. These are obsessed TikTokers and YouTubers hating on me. You know what I'm saying? Anytime consistently that somebody has somebody showing up in their lives, hating on them, and they're barely even big enough to really, you know what I'm saying? You're just showing them how much you guys fear them, how much potential you see in them, and the readers are putting it out there. I ain't even got to say it. I can watch readers talking like this. Like, these people are just literally showing you that you're great every single day. You know, I don't know if you think if you really have a question like that, you know what I'm saying, just hit me up in my DM or something. And I'm not going to discuss my ins and outs or how people are stalking me online. I know better than that. You know what I mean? I don't know if you're trying to figure out whether I'm a targeted individual. I appreciate the energy, you know what I'm saying, in the comment or whatever. But nah, I ain't gonna put that information out. They do enough, I can tell you that much. They do enough. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? I get on here and I put the information out. But until I'm able to take legal action, I don't just really, try to go into grave detail, because some of these crazy goofballs get off on that too. You know what I'm saying? Or trying to find out how many other people are. Yeah, I mean, nah, you gonna figure out shit with me. You're gonna be quicker than that. I can tell what we're talking about though. The subject that we're talking about, which is part of the title, which is about these idiots, you know what I'm saying, that can't seem to let your energy go, know that if they were to come back in your life, you'd have words that they'd never be able to let go. So they do things like come into your chat and start asking weird questions that are off subject, you know what I'm saying, from crazy profiles. Trying to harvest energy because these losers can't take the fact that you're gone, you're never coming back to them, and they really want to feel like they're important. And the fact of the matter is, they're really not shit. The fact of the matter is, you thought you were more important than you were, and you had to find out the hard way that you're really not shit. Walk away from, you didn't do anything worth keeping. Okay, I'm just gonna be real about it. You know, you thought you was something, you didn't know that I had better, way better. Let's not do this to yourselves. You know, best thing to do is two birds flew over me as I say that. Best thing to do is to keep it trucking. You know what I'm saying? And let it go from a distance. My interaction with anybody in the chat is done unless I recognize your name from days before. You can talk to yourself at this point. You know what I mean? I got information I got to put out. I don't have time for trolling. This ain't come in, have a cool conversation about stuff that has nothing to do with the title. And we're not going to conflate and gaslight into it either. I want to stay on subject. And I take any kind of trolling, popping up in here, running their mouth too much, as fuel and motivation for the rest of my day. So I want to say thank you for the rest of the day. So I appreciate all of it, all of the extra comments, all of the weird comments in here that have nothing to do with the subject and not trying to be respectful and stay on subject. As a matter of fact, seeming like trying to do everything but talk about the goofy exes and ex co-workers and family members that were cut off. We're talking about everything but that. So again, doesn't sound like it's very respectful. It kind of sounds like somebody want to be in my energy, you know what I'm saying? And I don't. None of y'all are allowed in my energy. None of you are allowed to play in my energy right now. None of you are allowed to play with me right now. I'm playing with you, and I'm making content, making money off of you. I'm harvesting off your ass. Okay? So continue to talk to yourselves in the chat, right? While Big Daddy over here gets back on subject. All right? These people, no matter how many bodies they put in between you and them, no matter how much they try to find someone that can compare, they seem like they just can't, and they just won't let it go. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, what's going on, Freckles? We got somebody I recognize up in here. She'll get conversation. Anyone else up in here just running your mouth for the sake of running your mouth, trying to be seen and troll, you can kiss my black ass. As far as cussing goes, which I can do that. Hey, listen, I've seen some ladies on here last night. I guess you put 18 and up on there. That means you can say whatever you want to say. I have seen some ladies say some stuff on here. I mean, it was illicit last night. I mean, she spared nothing. You know what I mean? So I don't. That ain't got nothing to do with hitting the algorithm. Maybe getting monetized, but not hitting the algorithm. What we running that? We're running that. See, I got to give people enough time to show up. It looks like about 20, 30 minutes in. See, I got to start running this up to about an hour. You know what I'm saying, on a regular basis, because it takes about 20 minutes for my subscribers to show up. It takes about, I don't know, 35 seconds for my haters to show up. As soon as it goes live, I'll have somebody up in here asking crazy questions. But I need to give about 20 minutes for my subscribers, my real family, to show up for YouTube to push me through the feed. That's what I see. So I need to do at least 20 minutes. Gotcha. So I'm gonna do at least 20 minutes. Got to be at least 40 minutes, right? So, okay, okay. And listen, y'all, I will be scheduling these lives from now on, so you'll have plenty of time to jump in here. All of my old school live chat fans, I'm back. There's some readers out there saying that some of the chicks that like me like to see me get upset. So it could legit be just some goofy, corny, lonely chick that just wants to see me get upset and like to see me. It's a lot of goofy people. You meet the strangest people online, and once you realize that they built a whole separate life online, and they think this is real, then you're in control because it's like, well, it's not real, and you'll never see me in person. So when I see readers talking crazy like, oh, this is what people are saying about you. Why do we care what anyone is saying about us? Are you guys just trying to get views? My soul tribe don't care what anyone else is saying about. They're gonna talk about you to the day you die. So what? So what? They'll talk about you good one day, and then you do something wrong, and they talk bad about you, and then before the day is over, forgive it and talk. Who cares what people say? It's just so funny to me. Everybody online talking about they don't care what people think, but these readers are constantly putting out videos talking about what everybody thinks about you. Who cares what? Listen, unless it's positive, like a pick a card on some list where everybody thinks great about you. Who cares what the gossip is? Who cares what people are saying? What should be said is your name is in everybody's mouth. You are highly popular. However, they interpret your popularity and their perspective of it is their perspective. Some people, your popularity and perspective is going to be they hate your guts. Some people, your popularity and their perspective is going to be they love you to death. Who cares? It's that what throws me off. Like, and they'll be saying like, yeah, they're on here really bad mouthing Divine Masculine, and Divine Masculine instead of eating chips, looking at you like Divine Masculine don't care. You're worried about what they're saying about Divine Masculine. You're more worried about it than Divine Masculine is. I wonder why. You're worried about your reputation. Sound like some narc tendencies to me. Be worried about what other people think of the prospect that you're getting ready to think about dating. That sounds like a narc tendency. You need approval of others. It shouldn't matter what any other woman is, because women, it's women. It shouldn't matter what women are saying about the guy you think is a prospect. You grab your what and you move forward on it. If you don't and you want to be a fan and just watch from a distance, just watch. You're allowed to just watch. It's okay. But don't try to gaslight, Divine Masculine. You can't gaslight me. I ain't looking for none of you chicks. You know what I'm saying? Don't come on here talking about what Divine Masculine needs to do or men need to do. I'm doing what I need to do. You either, do what you need to do to get me, or you can keep it trucking. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? There is no gaslighting. You know what I'm saying? There is only, cooperation, trying to bring peace to each other, finding someone that has the same kind of morals and values, you know what I mean? Standards and boundaries as me, that won't be compromised or think that it's okay to let people compromise her boundaries and standards, family, friends, coworkers, that they allow. Because this is where I messed up at the last relationship, allowing them to go to their family and friends, not allowing, but being with someone that thinks it's okay to go to their family and friends and get perspective, which if it's just between you and them, why do they need an outside perspective? Unless they need somebody to side with them on all the shitty things they're doing. So I'm not going to deal with that anymore. Any new chick I get with, if she goes to her friends a lot, if she's concerned too much with what they think, that is not my type. That is some loser. That is somebody that's going to get with a narc or end up with a narc type of guy. She's looking for what her friends think is the ideal guy for her and not what the ideal guy is for her. So I can't mess with that, or her family, or whatever family thinks is the ideal guy for her. Well, that might not be the ideal guy for her. They don't know her. They don't know how she is sexually. They don't know how she is in the bedroom. They don't know how she is when she's just around that guy and they're courting each other. So why should your family dictate who you should date, or your friends? It don't make any sense. It makes absolutely no sense. But these kind of weak-minded people that need for somebody to be their subconscious are also codependent people. So if they're not going to be codependent on you and not opening up to you, then they're codependent on somebody else. So these are red flags to look out for. These haters and these hypocrites out here, they use, all kind of terms. And, you know what I'm saying? Justify whatever goofy lifestyle they chose and ended up with, right? But I just wanted to get on here, the second video. I wanted to get on here and just talk about how I didn't do it on this one either. I need to start making sure I set up that monetization, man, before I even, go live on a video. I'm not even doing it, right? That's what's messing me up, But I wanted to get on here to talk to you guys about how these haters, what I'm saying, are not going to ever leave your energy, and how you're not going to ever hear from them. Like, You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you're waiting to hear from them. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that don't think because you're not hearing from them that they're gone for good. They're not gone anywhere. They're not going anywhere. They're watching you. You feel the energy. They're hoovering around. They just never going to approach you. They know you're that kind of person where you're never. They want to. They're hoovering because they feel like eventually, maybe a year, 2 years, and they come back in saying that they've changed and this and that and the third. That they can come back in your life in a friend capacity. You're never let. Listen, I forgive anyone that's done me wrong. I forgive all of you. I'm not loud in my energy anymore. I mean, some family members, close siblings, if they were to come back right, probably. But like any of you people that are not, you're not allowed in my energy anymore. I don't listen. I don't care if 10 years has passed by and I'm a multimillionaire and you're just like, I just want to go and get some tickets to a show and show up and say, I'm sorry. I don't want to hear it, right? I don't want to hear it. There's just some people you cannot do that stuff to. You have to understand that. And that'll be the reason why you'll never do that stuff to everybody else again or anybody else again. You'll be more tactful or you might not go about treating people that way because you'll know if you end up with somebody like me who I'm not going to never allow you back in my energy. Any ex, any ex, keep it trucking. I'm not going to never be interested in you again. Keep it trucking. Any ex. You're an ex for a reason. We learned our lessons. There's no need for you to come back in my life. Especially if you didn't come back in my life when I was in the gym. Y'all were watching then too. If you didn't pop back up back in my life when I was in the gym, getting how I live, and now that I'm looking good, and don't even bother with it. Don't bother later, especially the most recent ex. I'm trying to tell you straight up, man. And I'm gonna tell you something else. She's not allowed back in my life, and anyone she knows, any mutual friends we had, anybody from Maryland, anybody from Maryland. You're like, nah, no, none of y'all. I don't trust none of y'all. If a chick's like, yeah, I'm from Maryland, nah, you might know my ex. I ain't mad. There's too many other states. There's too many other states. Nah, we good. All the mutual friends, y'all in the same nappy dugout as that joker. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Just stay there and enjoy it, man. That's your new home. Don't never bring your raggedy asses back over this way. To do with y'all, any of y'all people in Maryland or whatever, any of y'all people that are mutual friends or whatever, all you people, as far as I'm concerned, are co-conspirators, in the sense of knowing about it, seeing it happen, not telling nobody, helping me out or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Nah, you get the same kind of work that she does. Whatever karma that she gonna be getting for being a wicked person, y'all goofies gonna get it too. You know what I'm saying? You can't sit around and be a spectator of seeing some wickedness happen and then think that nothing's gonna happen to you. Well, you're worse than she is. You're watching it for the entertainment. You're worse than she is. You're watching somebody try to destroy somebody else and helping her out and or sitting back like, well, I ain't doing nothing. You're allowing this person to do some stuff that she has no business doing, trying to end somebody for no reason when she's the one that did everything that she's done. And you should at least say something to the person like, hey, you need to stop or something. If you're watching it for the entertainment, then you're just a loser just like she is, man. You know what I'm saying? If you and this goes for your family members or your ex friends or whatever. If you got fired from a job, for no good reason by a manager as a narcissist, and all them coworkers disappeared, and no one reached out to you, but maybe one. That one's cool. Or that two, even if they're reaching out to kind of like just see if what's going on, to go back and report. If they stay in touch, that's fine. If they don't, they disappear, and then you get back on top of things, and they pop back up. That's a hit. That's a hidden hater. Keep it trucking. We don't need you. You know what I'm saying? We don't need you. We don't need y'all hoovering around because they're hoovering and watching you too. Them old coworkers, those old family members. Everybody's hoovering around watching you. You know what I'm saying? You be thinking that you're just in your own little world. You are in your own little world, but everyone is observing you in your own little world. You're just not big enough yet for people to acknowledge you. But haven't I not predicted this stuff before? Another prediction. These people that go out of their way not to acknowledge me and hoover around and are waiting and all this stuff, when I get to a level of celebrity here soon, they're going to come out of their hiding and they're going to make themselves known. And they're not going to care at that point about their egos. They're going to want to be put on. And guess what I'm going to do? I'm good. Same energy. I'm one of the few people. I'm real. If you are not down with me from the beginning, you are not going to jump on board with me. I'm not gonna let you do it. So, you know what I'm saying? If you've been hiding and waiting for me to get to a place to even speak to me, and you're waiting for me to get to a what you were doing, you was waiting on me to get to a place that you're comfortable approaching. I could have maybe used you when I needed you, or could have used someone to speak to, but you hid and you waited. Stay hiding. Stay hiding. This goes out to the women that have been watching me for months. That not the women that have reached out to me. I got to make up with those women some type of way, because and I do tell them when they reach back out to me, hey, look, I appreciate you for staying in touch with me and putting yourself out there when I was going through a dark night of the. Because a lot of women won't do it even when you're healthy and everything is good to go. They just want to run their mouths online and say that they want this and that, but don't want to put no effort. Then start talking crazy. Well, if you want a woman not to be masculine, then give a reason not to be masculine. I'm not your daddy. That doesn't even make any sense. Stay masculine and stay single. What are you talking about? See, it's that kind of crazy ass talk that lets people know that you're very delusional. A lot of women are very, very delusional. And anytime that ego gets pressed a little bit, they automatically go into a frenzy and say crazy things to try to justify their way of life. If you don't want a man like me, then don't worry about approaching men. Pookie and Ray Ray will find you. If you want a real man, then you're going to have to do more than you're doing. It's as simple as that. There's no jargon or mouth running or verbiage, you know what I'm saying, or trying to flip the narrative type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to be able to do it with me. The bottom line is this. Are you a single woman? Yes, I am. Okay. What kind of man do you want? Well, by the time she gets done saying what she wants to say, a reliable man, a man of values, a man ain't gonna cheat on me. Woo, 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 woo. Sound like a Sigma man. Well, that's kind of what I want. Well, this is what you're gonna have to do to get one. Well, it's equal in that. What are you talking about? Keep it. Keep whatever you think you're bringing to the table. Because what you won't do, another woman will. While you're telling me what you're not gonna deal with probably kids, I can probably find a woman without kids that will. And even if she's lying somewhat, she doesn't have kids already, which are going to come first regardless, and I come second. So she's already ahead of the game. Regardless if she's putting on a front or a mask a little bit, let's be real. We all put a little bit of a mask on when we meet somebody. But narcissists put on a whole full mask and not even a person. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not, no. Very picky. We're going to stay that way. If you want a guy like me, you know what you have to do. Getting online and complaining about it is not going to change anything. And something else I do. If you're a woman, it seems like everybody has social media nowadays. Yes, fellas, to win. If a woman comes up to you and wants to talk to you and tries to get to know you, and she's sounding all sweet and on her, sweet girl or soft girl, whatever the crap they got going on, errors they go through phases. So while she's a sweet, soft girl now, she had a hot girl summer at some point in time. All you have to do is go on her social media, and all the different trends of her hot girl, boss girl, top feminist, all this stuff's gonna be online. So you can go online and see it all. And while she's all, yeah, and I'm looking for a good man, and I'm a humble woman, and I definitely understand that, men, no, 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 no. Look at that social media. You go on her Facebook, she might be talking real, real reckless on those doggone posts in the story. If you go on her TikTok, she might be busting it wide open, right? If you go on her Snapchat, ain't no telling what she got listed on that Snapchat. You know what I mean? And if you go on her YouTube, she might have a full hour-long video of how all men ain't you know what. You know what I'm saying? That's exactly what I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it, but that's what it is. That's what it is. Because if you didn't like what you seen, or you weren't really trying to deal with it, then you wouldn't even talk about it, right? You just go on to another group. You love what you see. You love what you see. You want what you see, right? But you don't want to compete for what you see. You want it to be handed to you. You want that good old-fashioned traditional woman type of thing where the guy chases you. None of y'all are traditional women. None of y'all. Remember, it's modern woman days and modern this and that. So that being said, you're going to step your modern woman butt into that seat and, try to get yourself a winning man. You know who you've been getting. You've been getting charmed by Pookie, and you've been taking all these notes from these dating coaches, and they're setting you up for failure. And you're, you know what I'm saying? I got it down. I know what a narc is, and I know the traits of my ex, and I know signs, and you don't know shit. If you did, you'd have a man. You'd have a man and you'd be happy somewhere. I don't care what you say. You don't know shit. You obviously don't know. You think you know, and then Pookie and Ray Ray bust out that new chapter of smooth game, and then you get done over again. It's like, oh, I'm another loser. How did I not, pay attention to the signs? He probably didn't have a really good job. He probably wasn't living on his own. He probably had a whole lot of stuff and signs. But the boy had some fly gear on, maybe a little bit of smell good, maybe some makeup or mascara. You know these dudes be doing all that zesty stuff nowadays. Maybe had a couple slits in his eyebrows with a fresh haircut that his mama paid for, and you fell for it. And you fell for it. Yeah, I don't know. Begging for a lack of look. The orgasm thing, man, that's a little bit deep. That's a Patreon conversation. You know what I'm saying? I can talk about that. You know what I'm saying? That's a Patreon conversation. We gotta give some context, because the that's a good subject, man. I want to screenshot it, but I don't want to mess anything up. I'm trying to memorize it. The worst is complaining about orgasm. Man, that's a good title. Can somebody? Nah, I don't want to screenshot that. That's a good title. I'll come back and look at it. That's a title right there. I'm using that. You know what I'm saying? I likes that a lot. The worst is the complaining about lack of. Stop begging, sweetheart. Oh, chef's kiss on that one. Woo, woo. That was sweet. That was sweet, man. That was sweet right there. I'm getting that. I'm gonna use that. Is it okay if I use it? Of course it's okay. I'll shout you out for it. You know what I'm saying? I'll put your name in there. It's gonna be under the Patreon anyway. You know what I'm saying? I might make a snippet of the Patreon and put it on here, but you know what I mean? That's, man, you know what I mean? I want to hear about that stuff. I know that's right. Figure it out. Stop running from guy to guy to guy. But look, you know what I'm saying? We're not going to allow these exes back in our lives. Whatever they're doing right now, whatever faking accounts they're doing and trying to be in your energy and linger around, everyone's in your energy. You have women that claim that they dislike the kind of man that you are that are masturbating to you every night. Didn't know that, did you? Yeah. They're getting it in. You know what I'm saying? They're wearing their hands out or that little thing they got going on. Gonna mess around and desensitize themselves. Running amok. Now, these same women will never say a word to you. They won't say a peep, but they will work that thing all night to your videos. I'm telling you, times have changed. Women act like men, the way men used to be. And now men like me, we're getting called sensitive. Well, I'll tell you what, I'll wear that sensitivity thing with a badge of honor. Won't nobody come over here and try my manhood, though. Ain't nobody gonna come over here and kick my ass. I know that much. Call me whatever you want to call me. Don't call me late for dinner or late to that you know what. You know what I mean? I'm just playing. Yeah, send it to me. I don't know why it keeps blocking your comments. Let me show. I don't know why it's filtering them out like that. You're not even saying nothing reckless. Not at all. I'm gonna order some pizza or something. I don't know, something to eat. I haven't eaten the whole day. Haven't eaten all day, y'all. I just started drinking water before when this live. I'm starting to feel it. You know what I mean? Starting to feel it. I'm gonna run this up maybe about 10 more minutes. You know what I mean? Or does 40 minutes do good? Or is that? You guys are watching the content regardless. It's good content. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what I mean? But these conversations are gonna go in grave depth on the Patreon. I might go on the Patreon right after this and drop a video whenever I'm in the mood. You know what I'm saying? To go in depth. It won't let me see that comment. I don't know why. That's weird. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? All right. But listen, I might shout you out in the video at least. You know what I mean? I appreciate you. I appreciate that title. That is a dope title for the Patreon. You know what I'm saying? Greatly appreciate it. But again, guys, I just want to say this one more time. Don't let any exes back in your energy, not knowingly. If they're faking accounts or whatever, putting all that time into stuff, it's whatever. You're going to harvest the energy anyway. but don't let them back in. There's no excuse in the world. You know, why let them talk to you? What are they gonna say? They slipped and fell on you know what? I mean, come on. You know, you had a good time in the hay with these people, then go and be with those people. I have nothing for you over here. You know, and you know, we all need to have that attitude with things. You know what I'm saying? We don't listen, y'all. I don't care what you think you had with that person. Oh, come on, man. There's so many people in this world. Do you really think that it's worth sacrificing your body? You can sacrifice your body with somebody brand new, with someone that you have not had them and they haven't done you wrong, and you can it ain't been ran through. But you don't even know who the new person's been ran through. You know who the old person been ran through by everybody. So at least you don't know what's going on with the new one. It, don't ever in your life, man, settle for some ex who you know get around. You deserve better than that. You're not gonna sit here and let some dirtbag who does not respect themselves, giving themselves to dumb people that ain't worth nothing. You know they're not worth nothing because nobody's better than you. So if they gave themselves to somebody other than you, then they gave themselves to a nothing. You know, so they're gonna run around and give themselves to a nothing and they don't value themselves. Don't you ever take that. I mean, not even letting them have a conversation with you. Again, you have no issues with them. You don't, or otherwise you'd be going after them. But you don't want nothing to do with them, and you will never have anything to do with them. You will never. You're not going to be friends, email buddies, sending letters every now and again to each other. Nothing. The lines of communication are completely severed for the ends of time. For the ends, for as long as my soul is a soul, as long as the energy of my soul is a soul which is eternal, I will never allow that person back into my energetic presence. That's how serious I am about it. So play with that if you want to. I just said I'm not allowing that person back into my soul's energy. You know what I mean? Till the ends of time. So you know that means I don't hate nobody. But listen, this person makes my baby mom look like a saint. I am never, ever, ever allowing you to speak any word vomit to me about anything. You know what you did. You don't know what I could see, but you know I've probably seen enough. I've seen enough being a seer to where I had to stop trying to see things. I can't believe how much this person does. I can't believe how much the whole anybody that'll be willing to. Are you serious? Male or female? Come on, man. Come on. Like, come on, chick. Man. Oh, man. Taking that meaning of being from the streets to a new meaning, man. But listen, but look, if you think that's all your value is, tell me how does it make sense to give it to everybody? I don't know. A sad attempt to try to hurt somebody. How you hurting me? I'm done. Do you not know how grown folks handle things? So try, please tell, our exes and our apparently family members and old coworkers how we move. If you are not adding to our overall purpose in life, which is getting closer to God and, trying to show the world our God's gifts, expressing them through whatever means that we do, however it is, then you're not meant to be around us. We're not here to waste time with a bunch of nobody people that don't want to do anything but gossip and try to stab each other in the back and then make up and do it again. And then make up and do it again and then make up and do it again. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. It don't even make any sense. We're going to get with people that love to be around us. We're going to get with people that love to be around us, respect us enough to know if it's not working out, to end it on a friendship. You need to make sure you keep good people in your life, you can network with, or you might need advice. You never know. You never burn bridges like that. You should be able to go through a breakup, and I'm a very rational person. This is how you know it was just off of malice and somebody hating me. Why wouldn't I let you go and we, end things civilly? Why wouldn't I? That lets you know right there they had nothing but ill intent, stealing money, thought they were going to let me crash and burn. For all I know, Goofy could have had a life insurance policy on me. You know what I'm saying? Anything they could have done, she's doing everything possible. Try to say I was crazy or something. No telling if she told my dad that, no telling what she's telling everybody else. These people are the most heartless, most vindictive, and of course they're narcissists, but it's more than that, man. It's more than that. And yes, of course, I've called her a racist. She's definitely that. But it's more than that. It's more than that, man. It's a deep-seated hatred. That's really how much they hate themselves. But they have the guts enough to project it wholeheartedly on one person. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm gonna look into it once I get, but they'll try to make you seem like you're insane, and they'll go get a policy out on you, and try to make something happen, and the next thing you know it. So, and that family right there, shoot, don't think that she wouldn't. She already went and claimed me and my son like we're just her children on her taxes. So these psychos will do anything else. And again, it's more than her being a racist, because she is, her and her mom and her family. Make sure I put that out there. It's more than that. It's more than them being narcissists, because they are. It's I'm gonna tell you what it is, and you guys can be mad at me about it. And if you guys are not one, then it is what it is. But I'm gonna put out my perspective, okay? Just my perspective. They know you're a chosen one, and they cannot stand that. And they know that no matter what happens, you always work your way out of it. God takes care of you. And it's really like they're a demon. Really. Oh, yes, ma'am. I dealt with that demon for 10 years. And that demon's, listen, her friends and her family would always look at me like they had something on me. They always gave, it was just the way they looked at me. It was the cut of their eyes. They always be looking at me like, yeah, N-word. I got something for you. Like, that's how the look was, like, yeah, N-word. You just don't know. And, when I started trusting my intuition, I want you guys to understand, narcissists get traumatized by the people that they care about the most when they're younger. And a lot of times, they're victims of some type of abuse. And a lot of times, it's sex abuse. Sexual abuse. And sometimes that sexual abuse is not from the guardian that's of the opposite gender. Sometimes it's of the same, and it'll mess them all up for the rest of their life. And I'm not saying any, I'm not saying nothing about nobody in particular, so you can't say I said it about anybody in particular. I'm just telling you right now, a lot of narcissists get, what, when they're kids, and they will be completely down low, homosexual people, and not tell no one that. And they'll be in full out relationships with their family members and not tell no. I'm not talking about nobody in particular. I've done my research into this stuff. You know what I'm saying? I've done my research into this stuff. I'm telling you, when I do my research, I run. I don't need no one to crack me upside the head when there's weirdo little things that I can obviously observe. Oh no, I'm running. I'm running. I don't get down like that. I don't have nothing to do with that. I don't know what, my family ain't never been nothing like that. Look at how I am. Look at how listen. Let me tell you. That's wild. And I can't, no, I'm not going to be no part of that. I'm sorry. You'll never, listen, how can you be somebody's spouse if their spouse is their parent or whatever? You can't be, when they got a weird relationship with their parent, I'm telling you, it's over. It's over. If you catch them doing anything, and I'm talking about if you just catch them kissing their parent in the mouth, right? I'm sorry, y'all. I'm not raised like that. If you're kissing your parent in the mouth, I'm like, ew. Now, if you guys aren't narcissists, I'm still gonna be like, ew. But if you're like a narcissistic type of person and that's happening, ooh, you best believe I'm looking at that parent like, you nasty, you know what? You are nasty. And then you be understanding why the parent in the narc relationship was so in your relationship, was so acting like a third party. Acting like a third party. You're like, oh shit, man, wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a minute. What's going on here? You know what I mean? And I didn't say that they have to be being that way, actually with each other. But a lot of times it is. And that's how people get introduced to their bisexuality and the reason they feel like they need to hide it. And How in the world are you ever able to satisfy someone who's down low and can't be completely satisfied? You know what I'm saying? You can't do it. It can't be done. Yes, you're saying it. I don't want to say it because I don't want them to bend, but yes, basically, and anyone in the family. So okay, let's put it for example like this, right? You're with someone and they're constantly having to go back to their family 45 minutes away, and every time they gotta leave their family's wigging out, like on some weirdo stuff. And then when you're finally moving out of state, the family, they're gonna have their grievances, but the way that the mom cussed this joker out, like you would think, and you start putting stuff together, and you're like, nah, you know what I'm saying? And then you understand why they're coming at you so vigorously. They know you know stuff, and they don't want you making no book or no movie about this. Why do you look? The money they're putting in, the gang stalk on me and trying to put me in the dirt the way they did and trying to ruin my name. Why do you think they're doing that? Because they know I haven't said nothing yet. But they know I know. They know I know. But I ain't said nothing yet. Because I'm waiting. I'm waiting. When I get my book going on in my movie, don't you worry. Don't worry about it, sweetheart. Don't worry about it. I ain't wasting my time on YouTube. They keep saying, we don't do that. We don't do that. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm gonna put my stuff out about narcissism and that spirit. That spirit is super wicked. It's super wicked. And I'm telling you why. Listen, y'all, I've said this multiple times. When you are, a victim of a narcissist, that narcissist was a victim. And why do you think I keep saying stuff like my last live, I said, she's just doing what she's raised to do. I just wish that she would have done it, like we could have broke up in a way that was civil. But I also said that, but that's all that she knows. Why do you think I said that? That's all that she knows. That's all that she knows. Where do you think she got it from? So that's why I say things like, these people are victims, and then when they get, they do dumb stuff, they run back to the person that victimized them, right? You know what I'm saying? The syndrome, Stockholm syndrome, and they continue to be victimized. And I think that's what love is, and they do it to other people. And then when people leave them, they're like, well, that's all I know. That's the only kind of, well, you gotta get some help. You gotta get some therapy. You gotta get some help. You gotta find out what real love is, how to treat people right, and then go from there. But it's gonna be perpetuated because that person is stuck at a certain age. While especially the ones that are hypersexual, that are doing a lot of bisexual stuff. Man, listen, ain't no need for anybody nowadays not to be in some type of relationship, even if it's some type of three-person, all three people should know each other. There's too much stuff going on to be throwing yourself out there and spreading yourself out there so thin. There's diseases out there that are crazy right now. You got to take care of yourself. And if you're not, that shows a deeper issue than just, I'm mad at my ex. Nah, you got some super deep psychological issues that you need to get some therapy on. And everybody's wondering, why am I able to recover from things? Man, listen, I had some rough parents. I ain't never had to deal with that. I ain't never had to deal with that. I wouldn't even know how to, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't even know how to deal with that. So that's why I keep saying stuff like, I don't be pressed on going after her, because these jokers be going through some stuff that they project on other people that they ain't never let themselves heal. See, I gotta watch myself, man. I'm out here getting in my feels, and it's starting to, you know what I'm saying? It's starting to thunder and stuff like that, man. So I'm over here, you know what I mean? Thinking about all that kind of trauma being put on people, and them people projecting that on other people ain't got nothing to do with it. That's why I tell you guys, if they continuously fuck you and whatever, ain't got nothing to do with you. This is trauma. Like, they feel abandoned, the same way they felt abandoned from their childhood issues, or that person that did what they. It's deep, man. It's deep. That's the reason why I don't like doing, what I mean? I'm not that kind of guy. I don't like doing what I have to do, but my mental health is important for me and my reality. I'm not gonna let somebody just walk all over me because this person don't know how to, you know what I'm saying? They definitely know how to heal themselves, or go and find help. If I've been sitting here trying to help this person heal, which has been, one of my issues, what I mean? I got to realize that I'm here to help people heal and have a platform to do that. What I was doing was finding women that were needing to be healed, and I was trying to heal them. I don't, I could see there's some deep issues with. I just got to stop doing that stuff, man. You know, I have this drive to want to help heal people, but I don't need to let it be at the expense of, you know, myself, which that's what the business is for. Now I can go and try to help people, help heal people, and it ain't on no intimate level like that, because these people be messed up and they're never going to recover, and they'll just end up putting all that trauma on me, and then feeling like, since I'm a healing person and I have healing energy, they feel like they've healed, and they try to ditch me, like, oh, because what they've done is all the trauma of their life, they put it all on me. Like, okay, he's the problem, he's the issue, they've just projected everything on me because of the way that I'm built. I take in everybody's pain. That's why I got to be careful what I watch. If I watch people that are traumatized, I take in their pain. I feel that shit. You know, my phone's about to die. You know, I feel it. So I can't watch anybody's stuff. I can't. I take in stuff. Shit, I can't even watch people. I'm being real. I can't watch people whose face break out too much. My face will start breaking out. Like that's how in tune I am with things. Like I'm super careful about what I watch. You know what I'm saying? Whose energy I let in. If I don't, that's when they're like, "Are you gonna do private readings?" Probably not. I take in too much energy already. I can feel shit from my ex, man. I ain't done nothing to her like that. Like, that ain't me. That ain't my. I didn't cause that trauma on her and that pain that I feel if I think about that joker, right? But I still feel it. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta, you know, it just took me a while to figure out who's pain, what I'm feeling, and what's not mine, what is mine. You know, you guys, battery's about to die. Peace, love, and light. I'll be back on here soon. Love y'all.